Most men go through life thinking with the wrong head, and we all know the joke. How many choices, mistakes, and disasters have been brushed off with a laugh about thinking below the belt? It's funny because it's true, and tragic because it's true. When primal instinct takes over, reason collapses, clarity disappears, and in one reckless moment, entire lives are redirected. That's the part nobody laughs about. Because sex isn't just another appetite, it's the most powerful current of human energy. When it controls the man, he falls to the level of an animal. But when he learns to control it, he becomes more than himself. We treat sex like it's cheap, a thrill, a need, a pastime. But step back for a second, strip away the shame, the jokes. It's the act through which life itself continues. The same force that drives flowers through the soil, that fuels stars, that spins galaxies, moves through the human body in the form of desire. It's not just instinct, it's creation itself, wearing flesh. That's why, even in its simplest form, sex feels like touching something divine. It's sacred. It's the spark of the original fire, reminding us we're made to create, to unite, to experience something larger than ourselves. Real intimacy goes beyond flesh. It's when two souls look into each other's eyes and see themselves reflected back. That moment isn't anatomy, it's recognition. The difference between empty sex and true union is night and day. When love enters the room, lust becomes alchemy. The energy exchanged isn't just physical, it's emotional, physical, spiritual. It leaves an imprint. It can heal or destroy. That's why the ancients treated sex as sacred, because they understood it could either enslave a man or turn him into something godlike. But what was once sacred has been inverted, dragged down, twisted. Look around. A force meant to create life has been turned into a machine that sells it. The serpent that once rose as light now feeds in the dirt. Religion twisted it, governments suppressed it, corporations monetized it, and predators learned to weaponize it. The clergy preached purity, then preyed on the innocent. Power wrapped itself in holiness while hiding rot beneath. Entire institutions became poisoned, and faith was fused with exploitation. Trafficking turned bodies into currency. Addiction turned men into slaves of their own lower nature. Families fell apart because fathers refused to master themselves. This is what happens when desire runs wild without a higher aim. The holy fire becomes a wildfire. And the bitter truth, the predator is not powerful, he's a slave. The addict isn't free, he's consumed. The trafficker isn't in control, he's possessed by the very force he thinks he's using. This is where alchemy comes in. Real alchemy wasn't about turning lead into gold, it was about turning man into something radiant. It was about taking those base instincts, the densest, rawest elements of the self, and refining them. And no force is more raw, more volatile, more powerful than sexual energy. The alchemist didn't repress it, he mastered it. He learned to direct the serpent upward through the heart, into the mind, into the heavens. The serpent has always symbolized this power. In the Bible, it tempts. In Kundalini, it rises. In alchemy, it devours its tail as the Ouroboros. Uncontrolled, it poisons. Raised, it illuminates. This is sexual alchemy, teaching the serpent in your loins to climb the ladder of light instead of sinking into the pit. The downward path is simple. Tension builds, climax comes, energy spills, gone. The upward path is different. The energy is kept, raised, circulated. It floods the nervous system. It wakes the heart, opens the mind. Instead of losing power, the practitioner gains it. The animal spends it, the adept refines it. But today we live in a culture that confuses slavery with freedom. Porn is everywhere. Lust is marketed. Love is cheapened. They call indulgence empowerment, but the one who can't control their desire isn't free. They're chained. Sexual alchemy is the opposite of that. Desire isn't evil, it's energy. Beneath the lust for flesh is the longing for union. Beneath craving for pleasure is the hunger for wholeness. When you bring desire to consciousness, it rises, it transforms. It stops being a chain, it becomes a key. That's why celibacy at its highest isn't about repression. It's about transmutation. The monk doesn't deny the fire, he redirects it. The same current others spill, he uses to ignite his lamp. But sacred union can be just as powerful. Two lovers who know what they're doing can build a circuit of living light. Tantra, Taoism, mysticism, they all taught this in different tongues. And sex is karmic, emotional, and spiritual. The alchemist chooses carefully because he knows every union writes a line into the story of his soul. Sex mirrors creation itself. Every union reenacts the original spark of existence. To treat it casually is blindness, to treat it with reverence is awakening. Mystics described their encounters with the divine in erotic language because it's the same current, the same union, just in different worlds. This isn't just about sex, it's about every hunger, every spark within us. Sex is simply the loudest mirror, shows us where we're slaves and where we can become free. It's the fire that can burn you or forge you. The choice is yours. The old alchemist said the great work requires three things: fire, vessel, and intention. The fire is desire. The vessel is the body. The intention is union with the divine. When those three align, sex becomes a ladder. In a world that sells sex but forgets its soul, remembering this truth is revolutionary. Our bodies are temples, our desire is gold waiting to be refined. Our unions are sacraments. To master sex in one's lower nature is not to become less human, quite the opposite, but to become fully human, awake, radiant, and alive. Humanfluence, out.